Alright chat, we are back with the cow costume again. Oh. We are back. Oh shit, let me get this closer. Woo. Okay, in all seriousness, we are back. You guys know when the cow costume comes out, we got another Rant video out for wonderful Blizzard, one of the best companies there is. And yeah, honestly, let's just get straight into it. There's a lot to cover. So, we're going to be starting off with the main problem today that I want to kind of cover, which is going to be tanks. I think tanks is a huge issue, and that's why this probably the only thing we talk about in this video, just because there's so much to cover. And so, my problem with tanks in Overwatch 2, and why I think they're just a huge failure in my opinion, why they're a cause of a lot of imbalance in the game, and honestly why Blizzard isn't really tackling it, and not many people are actually concerned about it. The only concern that I hear is, what is it? I think just Roadhog is broken, that's it. But the problem is much deeper than that, and today I wanted to cover the entire problem, and honestly why it's not balanced at all. So let's get straight into it once again, right? So before we continue, once again, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys subscribe. The new year's upon us, and honestly, happy holidays to all you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the holidays, spending time with family, just kind of chilling, relaxing. You guys probably have school off, you probably have work off, you know, so yeah, it's a great time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for all the support. You know, we were close to 3,000 subscribers, which is insane, because I only started making content for Overwatch 2 about in October, and we were around 2,000 subscribers, so it's great. You know, thank you guys so much for all the support. But yeah, let's get back to the point here. So let's talk about tanks, and I want to start off with the main problem I think right now, which is Orisa. Orisa just has too many issues, because first of all, if you guys don't know the changes, I mean, I'm not going to go into great changes because I want to kind of focus on like specifically the problem with the heroes rather than like the updates and the nerfs and whatnot. But in general, Orisa got a buff, and honestly the buff is insane. You can literally just walk people down and just destroy people, and you have insane cooldowns, you have a lot of health, you have a pretty crazy ult that can be comboed. Orisa is now insanely strong. Now here's the problem, right? A lot of people can probably argue that Roadhog is very broken, even more broken than Orisa because of the one-shot combo, especially in the hands of a good player, like for example 6 in most Hog mains. It can be very annoying to go against. My problem with that is that specifically, it's not as big of a problem as Orisa, because at least Hog, believe it or not, you guys are probably going to disagree with this, requires some skill to land those hooks, right? I mean, you're not going to log into a game and just know how to play. Whereas Orisa, for example, this takes no skill, right? This, like right, what I'm doing right here, right? You wait for your cooldown, you go in again. Okay, they try to come at you, you just do this, you push them off. You go back in, shield up. You're in trouble, you pop out your ult. Then you kill them. Like, I'm not even a tank main. I never play tanks, and literally what I just did, if you just keep doing that with a lot of aggression while you're being pocketed, you're good. So my problem is, like, honestly, it's just too broken. Now Orisa is insanely strong, and the problem is specifically is that she's strong in the hands of a bad player, right? Like if you just log in and it's like your first or second tank match, you're gonna have an Orisa and they're just gonna pop off. Now I noticed something, right? I've seen in a lot of games I've watched on YouTube and stuff is that a lot of bronze and silver players actually just see Orisas in almost every game. And let me know if you guys have had that issue pretty much in your games. And honestly, that just comes to show that there's not really much skill required. Because before then, right, in Season 1 of Overwatch 2, when I first started playing, because I never really played Overwatch 1, I was in bronze, right? I started like with everyone. And everyone was playing Zarya, because in the low ranks, Zarya didn't take much skill before the nerf, right? Now everyone is playing Orisa. So what does that tell you? It just tells you that specifically these heroes don't take skill. Low tier players are playing her because she's easy and she's broken, right? No one is playing Winston. Dude, like I think the last time I've seen a Winston in bronze or silver or gold, because I review a lot of odds, etc., it's pretty much non-existent. They only play in the high ranks because in the low ranks they want an easy hero. But yeah, that pretty much kind of sums up my thoughts on Orisa. She's very broken. There's really not much like to go into. Extremely strong. Not much repercussions for like your skills. Your cooldowns are insane, and if you're careful with how you spam your skills with this, which reduces your overheat, you can decrease it, go again, decrease it, go again, switch to this, spear, go again, if you're careful, especially with Orisa now, you can pretty much shoot endlessly. There's no such thing as overheating. You can just keep shooting. So, besides the point, Orisa's strong, very broken. Low-tiered ranks are just getting dominated by Orisa. Everyone and their mom is playing Orisa. Very easy hero. It's just annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's very strong. It counters Roadhog, which is a very strong tank. So, what counters Orisa? Pretty much nothing besides Zarya. But Zarya is now underpowered. So, you're kind of in this position where you made Orisa so strong that, like, nothing can really stop Orisa. But let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to go over here, which is, I think, without further introduction, there's really no reason to kind of introduce it, is Roadhog. Now, if you guys weren't aware, there's a recent balance that came out, and pretty much what Blizzard did was they nerfed other heroes, for example, Sojourn, because everyone's complaining, right? And they haven't nerfed Roadhog yet because there's like a problem with his system, I guess, in the game, and it's kind of broken it right now. They're trying to fix it, but a rework is set to happen for Roadhog. Now, the problem with that is, we don't know when that's gonna come out. We don't know if it's gonna come out. All we know is just is in the works, right? That's it. Now, there really isn't really much to go over here. Your E skill, you can spam it. Very strong, right? Like, Roadhog is just broken. And you pretty much just get hooked, clipped. That's it. Like, it's annoying. Like, why would you log into a game just to get hooked and clipped? It doesn't make anything fun. And the thing is, believe it or not, like, the range is not that far, like, close. You can pretty much be, I think, see, the thing is, I'm not a tank main, so I don't really know these things. But if I'm like this far, I can do this still, right? What I just did is what every Hog enjoyer does. And I've never played Hog. I think I have like two minutes of Hog played. I don't play tank. I'm a DPS man, if you guys don't know. And I just did that. So if you do that and you're consistent and you're careful with how you hook, you pretty much just rank up easily. So I don't think there's much to go over here in terms of Hog. He's just extremely broken. So it's, yeah, let's move on to the next here. And honestly, besides Orisa and Hog, you pretty much don't really have that big of a problem. Sigma is decent. He's pretty well balanced. Winston is kind of weak in the lower tiers unless you play with him a good comp. But other than that, the next one is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be Ramattra. Now, in my opinion, Ramattra is insane. And honestly, this is more of a, I guess, merchandise slash advertising issue more than like the tank himself. I think Ramattra is fun to play for sure, but I think now he's a little too strong. I'm gonna be honest, a little too strong. And the reason for that is his ult. Like, let me show you guys what I mean here for a sec. Let me just get my ult built up. So you guys probably already see where I'm going with this. Alright, so here's the problem with Ramattra's ult. Basically, when you're playing competitive play where the games are very competitive in general, right? Hence the name comp. Basically, the problem is that if you're on overtime and you're on the payload, right? Or you're on the robot, or you're pushing whatever it is that your game mode you're playing, especially on certain maps too where there's a lot of choke points. If you do this and you just sit there making sure that they always take damage. And keep in mind, the crazy thing is, they don't even have to be that far. You just kill all of them. You just destroy everyone. Now, those robots are actually walking away from me. The thing is, if I'm on the payload and it's on overtime, they're gonna want to kill me. And when I have my ult up, they have to distance themselves, which they can't do anyways, because they have to stay there for overtime. So, what you ended up with is pretty much an endless ult until you get killed, which is, by the way, when you have your ult up as Ramattra and you're getting pocketed or healed, it's not easy to kill you, like, because you can just block. That's the thing too. Like, you can actually do this with your ult up and get healed. So, like, it's not easy to kill a Ramattra. So my problem is the endless ult. That's something I definitely wanted to tackle in this video. I think it's broken. I think they gotta fix it. There's a lot of issues with it, and honestly, I don't know what they were thinking when they implemented it. Now, a lot of people are gonna say Ramattra in general is easy to kill. The fact of the matter is, yes, he's easy to kill. If he's just from a distance poking, or he even has his, you know, shift form up like this, chasing you down, even with the movement speed increase, he's easy to kill. The problem is, right, the problem here is, when he has his ult up and you're on overtime, or you're trying to push the payload and he's just sitting there, right, with his ult up doing this, getting pocketed, it's not a fun experience. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, no one wants this, right? So that's honestly the problem we have there. But in general, I think they have to fix it, because no one wants to play against tanks that could one shot in terms of Roadhog hooks, against tanks like Orisa that are just broken in the hands of even a bad player that's not even that talented. Honestly, let me know if you guys agree with this Orisa point, because I don't think a lot of people notice how broken Orisa is in the low ranks. Honestly, doesn't require that much skill, and the fact that you see her in every bronze VOD that I review, or silver or even gold, comes to show Orisa's broken. when these, you know, low tier 2 brain cell players, all they play is a single hero, shows something, right? There's something wrong with that hero. It doesn't show meta. Meta is a different term. Don't get it twisted. Meta is more like, for example, Ashe or any hit scan that's pocketed by Mercy. That's meta. Broken is when everyone and their mom is playing a single hero, right? That's broken. Okay, that's my point here. But yeah, let me know if you guys agree. Let me know what you guys think. And honestly, yeah, subscribe if you guys enjoyed this rant, because, you know, when the cow costume comes out, the rant comes out. So thank you guys so much. And honestly, the new year's upon us. Content for Overwatch is booming. We're doing great. Channel's doing great. Everybody doing great. So it's amazing. If you guys did enjoy this, definitely do consider subscribing and checking out my previous videos. I typically do kind of like VOD review guides where I'll like show, for example, ML7's crazy Ana or Kiriko, and then talk about the playstyles, changes to Kiriko, what I think. So mixing it up. If you guys want to see, for example, streams, let me know. I can maybe start a Discord, Twitch. The list goes on. Honestly, all support is appreciated. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this beautiful game. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for all the support.